Hey fire signs, welcome to your weekly messages for November 1st through the 6th, 2020. Hello, welcome. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, cross watchers, okay, and anyone else who is drawn to the title of the video. Hello, welcome. If you're new to the channel, hi, welcome. Happy to see you here. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe while you're here. And if you're returning, hello, welcome back. Thanks so much for your support. And let's see, all of my information is in the description box below. So all of the decks that I'm using, all of my contact information if you would like to book your own reading or other service that I offer. And my email, if you have questions, don't know which service to choose, let me know. Follow me on social media. We did a really fun thing for Facebook. Each week I went live. I did a 4-part Witchy Things series for October, which was a lot of fun. So those are still over on Facebook if you would like to follow me over there. And let's see, we're going to be doing some more things by request, some Dark Night of the Soul, soul work, that kind of stuff for November, transitioning into gratitude and then into the winter holidays. So follow me over there if you are so inclined. And let's see, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If the storyline fits, which I hope it does, awesome. And if it doesn't, that's okay. Check out your other placements. These are the messages that want to come out this week. So just know that we're all on different timelines. So for some, this could be happening this week or the very near future. For others, this might have already happened and kind of shed some light on the situation. For others, this might happen in the future a little longer from now. Let's see. Oh, for November. November is going to be an interesting month. Not as interesting, I think, as October. That was interesting in itself. But let's see, a couple overviews. Mercury's going direct this week, hallelujah, on the 3rd, yay. It's been retrograde in the sign of Scorpio. Now it will be direct in the sign of Libra. For those of you who know astrology, it's like, wait a minute, Libra comes before Scorpio season, so how does that work? It just does. So basically, now you're going to be able to have some harmonious communication with others. Yay. It's about time, right? Things could have gotten very weird, paranoia, like all the shadow sides of Scorpio kind of came out with this retrograde. So by going direct in Libra, very harmonious signs represented by the scales, by the Justice card in the major arcana, we're getting some more harmonious communication. Mars is going direct in Aries on the 14th, so we're getting back on track. Things are moving again, which is fantastic. We've got a new moon in Scorpio on the 15th, so get ready for some intense new beginnings. Venus is going home is home actually in Libra. It started on October 27th and is going through November 20th, so get ready for some love magic. And then it goes into Scorpio. Venus will go into Scorpio on the 21st, which will bring some more intense love connections for better or for worse. So if you're already coupled, look out. There could be some intensity, again, for better or for worse. The sun is going into the sign of Sagittarius on the 22nd. So happy early birthday, Sag. And basically we're going to be ready for some adventure. That might be a little difficult in the middle of a pandemic. However, so we're in Scorpio season right now. And Scorpio is very dark and mysterious, very sexual. They're fiercely loyal. They're very much involved with their community, concerned about the community around them and doing good, which is fantastic. But the shadow side, they are represented by scorpions. They will use that tail if you're not careful. Don't cross them. Oh boy. They're represented by the death card. And Halloween being in Scorpio season, the irony should not be lost. So very transformative energy. Think of the phoenix. Death is just a rebirth. So as fire signs, maybe you guys really resonate with the phoenix. It bursts into flames, reduces down to cinders and ash, and then it rises again from those ashes. It's a rebirth. It's a transformation. So that's what Scorpio season's all about. That's where we are now. By the 22nd, we'll be going into Sagittarius season. Sag is ruled by Jupiter, so very expansive energy, abundance, global thinking, just very much the archer, ready for adventure. Fun stuff. Sagittarians, you guys are some of my favorite signs. Don't tell the others. Neptune's going direct in Pisces. Its home sign on the 28th. It's been retrograde for a few months, maybe like 5 months. It's been rough for those of us with, I'm a Pisces sun sign, hence the Larimar mermaid tail here. So it's been a rough go. So Neptune is going direct in Pisces and will be doing a lot better. So your relationships should be getting better. Maybe you felt like you've been lost in your dreams. Maybe you've been having nightmares. Maybe there's just been some astral travel. So things are gonna move in a more forward direction, thankfully. We have a full moon at the end of the month on the 30th in the sign of Gemini, which is Sagittarius's opposite sign. So it'll be interesting to have the sun in Sagittarius and the moon in Gemini, where they are opposite signs. All that means is there's 12 zodiac signs, and each one 6 points away is your opposite sign. So Pisces, Virgo, Aries, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini, Sag, etc. That's a lot of brain power right at the moment, but you get the picture. As you go around the wheel, there's an opposite sign. So it'll be very interesting to have the sun in Sag and the moon in Gemini. But Gemini is very talkative, very chatty. It's an air sign. So don't be surprised if you have a lot of things to say, or if you have open communication again. So there you go. It's also, I believe, an eclipse, or at least a partial eclipse. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens at the end of this month. So November is not without some excitement, just not as much as October. October might have left you feeling a little, oh my God, but now things are kind of switching and going to a more, I think, community and even global perspective here in November. Just my own personal channeling. So let's see what's going on, guys. I'm going to do my traditional 5-card spread. Gender is always neutral. If I say he or she, it's just the depiction of the card, like a king or a queen. If the storyline fits, awesome. Feel free to swap roles. If I say you and it's them, and if I say them, it seems more like what's going on for you. Great. That's totally fine. Don't shoehorn yourself into a reading. If the storyline doesn't fit, take notes. Maybe it'll happen for you later, or just watch your other placements. That's okay too. I think that's it for now. Oh, I did try to keep it PG-13 on the channel, but sometimes minor curse words fly, so you've been warned. My aim is to be a guide. So hopefully there's something in here, some kind of wisdom or guidance that you can take and apply to your own situation. If I'm reading it as love and it's a different relationship for you, like your best friend or a sibling, that's fine. Take the romantic aspect out. Relationships are relationships. It could also be at work with coworkers. So take what resonates for you. If I say a divorce, you don't have to be married on paper. It can be a long-term commitment. Maybe you guys live together. It could also be work, because sometimes that energy meshes. Here we go. Overall energy. Ooh, the star. Beautiful. That is gorgeous energy right there. The star is major arcana, sign of Aquarius. I will call out zodiac signs. Sometimes that helps people, sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't confuse you. I'll also give you just the general energy. The star is the wish upon a star. Wishes granted. What are you manifesting into your life? What do you wish for? Oh, 5 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, the Hermit in reverse. Ooh, Justice. Alrighty then. Get your tea ready. I have coffee. Get your tea, because here we go. 5 Five of Cups. This is such a beautiful, this is a Santa Muerte deck. It's so interesting. I wanted to use it because November 1st and 2nd is Day of the Dead in Mexico and other Latin countries. So I really wanted to honor that and bring that forward in the decks that I'm using today. So gorgeous energy. It's the grief card, and you can get that from this depiction. And look how it's like a maze. Such interesting imagery. So what I'm thinking is you've been not feeling it. You've been really sad. You've been lamenting. You've been brokenhearted for a long time, like 5 months, 5 years, long time. And maybe that maze, maybe your head feels like a maze, like you don't know what to do. You don't know which way to go, what's going to make you happy. This is what you ultimately want, is happiness. But right now, or in the very, very recent past, you've been brokenhearted in some way. You've been really, I'm just getting this lamentation kind of feeling. Ew, not good. We'll see what comes out when we clarify as well, but whew, that's heavy. That's really, like, I'm feeling a lot in my heart chakra. There's a deep-seated grief. Maybe you lost someone or something that was very, very dear to you. I'm so sorry if that is the case for you. My heart goes out to you in a full, beautiful, shining kind of way. Or maybe it's just you felt unfulfilled and it's like, what am I doing? That could be too. Right here in the middle, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. You're stepping back and evaluating where you've been, what you've been doing. What did you plant? What seeds of intention have you planted? Are you getting wildflowers or are you getting weeds? Do you need to go back to the drawing board, reevaluate what you've been doing, take a different course? I love how it looks like, oh, I wish my son was here. He could tell me what it was. Oh, the abacus, where they move the beads over. It's the first calculator, really. It's a calculating system where you move the beads across. That's what he's using. And they're skulls. I love this deck. It's hilarious. I absolutely love it. Dia de Muertos on the background. Couldn't have planned it better. I love it. So you're evaluating. You are taking a step back. You're like, look, I'm not happy. What's going to make me happy? How can I, even if it's a loss of some sort, like a death, a physical death, somebody died, or it was the end of a chapter, end of an era, end of something ended. And you're taking a step back and you're like, all right, where can I go now in my life to be happy? What can I bring in? What can I manifest into my life to be happy? The Hermit in reverse, sign of Virgo. And I love how it's like a coffin. I love this deck. I love it. I love it. I love it. But see how he's got his lantern? I'm going to show it to you up right. See how he's got his lantern? So this deck does marry traditional imagery with a different take and the Day of the Dead celebration. The Hermit goes within, goes into the cave, does some soul searching, reemerges from the cave. So maybe you're coming out of hermit mode. You're, which is interesting in the pandemic, but you're coming out of the proverbial hermit mode where maybe you've been isolating because you've been so sad. Maybe you've kind of cut yourself off from society, from your group, your friends, your tribe, your family, whatever it is. Maybe emotionally you've been cut off too. Five of Cups. So you've just been going within. This could be a dark night of the soul as well. That I think is going to happen for a lot of people, at least in the first part of November. Reevaluating, really taking a look at your core values. What works for you? What doesn't work for you? Beautiful, beautiful energy. And then Justice right here at the end. Woo, baby. Yep, Grim Reaper. We usually see that on the Death card, but Death card's different in this deck. It's really beautiful. So Justice, sign of Libra. balance with those scales. The scythe is the sword of, what would be the sword of truth. So I think that there's a truth, this inner truth. You're seeing, some of you might be cutting things or people out. You might be getting divorced. That is the Justice card. It is karma as well. So reaping what you've sown. The Seven of Pentacles there. And figuring out how to bring balance and truth to your life. Something about speaking your truth. Gorgeous. All right, I'll use the Thelema Tarot to clarify. The overall general November reading is up on the channel. It is very lengthy because I just did one video. I did not break it down into earth, fire, air, and water signs. I did one card around each individual zodiac sign, so all 12 towards the end. But there's some work to do, and I think that this is echoing that reading. All right, the Star. What are you trying to bring in here? Okay. Magician in reverse. I see that as the sign of Aries. So, hi Aries. If you're feeling a little turned upside down, a little bit on your head, a little dazed and confused, that would be why that's in reverse. Otherwise, the Magician energy in general is like, I haven't manifested what I wanted to, but you're working on it. It just hasn't quite, or maybe what you manifested isn't what you wanted. I talked about that in the overall November reading for the entire month. So the Magician energy in reverse is like, I thought that I manifested what I wanted, but the grass wasn't greener. That's actually not what I wanted. And that's the beautiful thing about lessons. They show us more often than not what we don't want. And that's okay, because then we can get really clear on what we do want. Six of Cups in reverse. So maybe you're thinking about somebody or something from your past in a less than favorable light. Or maybe you aren't with this. Maybe you're thinking about a relationship that you had in the past and that's where you want to be. And that's what you're trying to manifest. And maybe it's not working. Maybe there's a block there. And you got to figure out what that block is so that you can do that. Could also be memories from your childhood, like patterns that you don't want to repeat. Breaking those patterns. Maybe you're realizing that you're living those patterns from childhood, what you were raised with. And you're like, whoa, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to live that way. And sometimes that happens with addictions. So if you grew up in a household where there were, yeah, this is on the nose for somebody, where there were addictions, maybe it was a physical addiction like alcohol, drugs, gambling, that kind of stuff, food. And now you're in adulthood and you're like so set against not repeating those exact patterns that you're not seeing that there's an addiction in a different way. Maybe somebody's emotionally abusive towards you or you towards them. Maybe it's drama. That is a real addiction to drama. Maybe you're a workaholic because you grew up poor and you swore that you would never do that. So you're recognizing some of these patterns that you've been trying so hard not to be that way that you're actually being that way, or you have that in your life. Maybe you married somebody who's exactly like, you're like, I was never going to marry anybody who was like my father, and you married someone who is exactly like your father, even though you can't really see it, or is exactly like your mother. Take what resonates, but there's definitely something in there about that. Temperance in reverse. Well, hello, Sagittarius. Also feeling turned upside down. Unbalanced. There's something unbalanced about what's going on. And it's like, if I can just, maybe that's it. Maybe you're working so much that you're not balanced in your home life. And you're like, God, I wish I didn't have to work so much so I could be home with my family. Or something like that. Feeling unbalanced, not able to, maybe you're not able to balance your spirituality with your physical world. Maybe there's, because that's what temperance is about too, having one foot in the spiritual, one foot in the physical. Something about being unbalanced. And that's what you're wishing for. You wish that you could have that balance. Ace of Wands. You're going to have this aha, this divine spark that's going to speak to you and is going to show you what you need to do to fix that. Nice. Also very pertinent for fire signs. Five of Cups. What's going on? Woohoo! Okay. Here we go. Don't worry. If you've been with me on the channel for a long time, you know when I say don't panic what card it is. I'm going to start doing don't worry, it's all okay for the death card. So, side of Scorpio. Look at that beautiful white horse. See that? That's spirit. Beautiful energy. Death is just a transformation. So for some of you, this is because of this is that 1% of the time, right? Or 0.1% of the time where it does mean a physical death. Not you. Like you could, if you're sad because somebody died, there you go. Otherwise, the death card is just a transformation. So something died. It's a metaphor for death and transformation. So something ended or is ending for you. It could be a long-term relationship. It could be a belief system, a way of being or thinking. It could be a job, whatever it is. Something with the cups here, I'm thinking it's something that meant a lot to you. So relationship or a career that gave you meaning, something like that. Something, maybe you're an entrepreneur and your business just didn't work out. Sorry. So with death here, something ended. And that's what's making you so sad. But also, the sadness is ending. It's being transformed. The Fool in reverse. So you're not taking a leap of faith. You're actually going forward with a plan. Maybe you just don't feel like starting something new right now because you're still mourning the death of whatever happened. And that's okay. Just don't get stuck there. Eight of Wands. You have a lot going on. Maybe you have a lot on your plate. You have a lot to do. Wands are action. There's a lot of stuff that you need to do. It could also be, hey, lift your head up because you got work to do. You got stuff to do. So it could be that you're feeling overburdened or you're just feeling like you've got a lot on your plate. It could also be communication. So there's something, it could be some communication coming in that's going to help you to get around to this grief. And I don't like to say get over. As a former grief counselor, I can tell you, you can call me what you want. I will always be a grief counselor to me. I just don't do it for money right now. Someday I will get back to it. But can't take the grief counselor out of the girl. So getting over, we don't get over grief. That's not how that works. You don't get over it. That's one of the myths that we don't like. So while you're working around, you're getting around your grief, you're dealing with it in an appropriate way, right? Yep. If not, work on it in an appropriate way. Know that you are, maybe there's this, something's coming in for you. And maybe it's someone who can help you. Maybe it is a counselor who can help you to deal with your feelings of loss and grief and what you need to become hopeful again. Because that's what the star is about too, is about hope. It's not the energy, I just heard this. One of the biggest myths is keep busy, just keep busy. What does that do? It shoves it out until you have a moment of quiet and then like a screen door, boom, it's going to come right back in your face. I've been there. And it's true. It does happen. So instead of keep busy, la, 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 I can't see you, I can't hear you, I'm just over here doing my thing. And then as soon as you're done, boom, it's going to be right there. You have to process it accordingly. So don't buy into that whole just keep busy thing. There's something about finding purpose and about channeling your grief appropriately, because you don't just want to sit and wallow in your grief either. There's a balance between finding purpose and doing work, chop wood, carry water stuff, and there's that's your sweet spot. That's your balance. That's where you want to be. Judgment in reverse. You're not hearing. Oh, I love this card. So beautiful. So I'm sad to see it in reverse. But you're not listening. Maybe you're not listening to your angels, guides, spirit, whatever it is you want to call it. You're not hearing it. You're not hearing it. 10 of Wands. It's time to put down this burden. Let it go. Let it go. That's what they're trying to communicate to you. Let it go. Release. Release it. If you weren't able to or haven't yet done any release work around that beautiful Halloween full moon, blue moon, you still got some time. Do it. Release. Release what's not serving you. Release the grief. It's not serving you positively. It isn't. You don't have to let go of memories, the good stuff. Let go of what's not serving you. Let go of the grief, the stuff that makes your heart hurt. Let it go. 2 of Cups here with the 7 of Pentacles. You're evaluating your relationships. Soulmates come in various shapes and sizes. We tend to romanticize soulmates, but soulmates can be anybody. They can be teachers, mentors, friends, siblings, other relatives, bosses, best friends. So you're evaluating your relationships. Maybe it's your relationship to things. Like, what's your relationship to food? What's your relationship to drama? What's your relationship to other people? Maybe it's your actual relationship with somebody. You're evaluating, is this serving me? Am I continuing to grow through this relationship? Am I being held down? Am I being held back? Am I being held back from evolving and growing? Am I learning in this relationship? Are we making each other better people? Is it one-sided, or are we both equal contributors? And I don't mean all the time. I mean, there's times that it's 60-40, 80-20, but the baseline's 50-50, right? When one of us is up and the other is down, we bring balance back, right? It's, hey, I'm gonna lift you up. With the pandemic, maybe it's something like somebody got furloughed or lost their job, so somebody else had to pick up the household expenses until the other one could find another job, get called back to work, whatever it is, and bring it back to balance. Sometimes it's, I'm really sad because I lost somebody or something in my life, so I'm more low, and the other person has to help lift you up so that you can come back to balance. There's that give and take. When one of the partners is ill or sad or needs help in some way, the other one steps in and lifts each other. You lift each other up. But when it's constantly like this, that's not a healthy relationship. When one's a giver and one's a taker all the time, and don't make excuses either, because I know how stubborn you fire signs are. I have a lot of Aries in my chart. I know. A lot of fire in general in my chart. I know. So don't make excuses just because this is how you want to see things. 7 of Pentacles. How are things really tangible? 3D world. Eight of Swords in reverse. You're getting yourself out of a mental entrapment. You're seeing things for how they are. And that's important. So you're getting things, well, maybe you are getting things in order. You're getting your mind in order. You're seeing things for how they really are. Seven of Swords. Somebody's being sneaky. Look at that. Somebody's being sneaky. Yeah, you need to figure that out. You need to fix that. You need to get yourself out of that kind of energy. Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. Maybe it's you or them. Maybe because of the sneakiness, you're the one that's feeling less than. Maybe you guys are separating. You're going your separate ways. Or it could be that give and take energy. Six of Pentacles. You want balance. Equal give and take. Equal give and take. All right. Hermit. I love that Hermit card. That's awesome. Yep. Got the Seven of Pentacles again. So you're evaluating. You're going within and you're evaluating and you're thinking, what's working, what isn't? Ace of Pentacles. Maybe it's time to plant something brand new. Maybe that's not what you're reaping, what you did not want to sow. So you're planting a new seed. This is a gift from the universe. The universe is giving you this new opportunity to start over. Two of Swords. You're deciding. You're a little indecisive. You're kind of at a crossroads. You're like, what do I want to do here? You don't necessarily know what you want to do. And that's okay. But you're in control. Emperor. All of the kings combined. Loving, nurturing, stable, focused, sound, logical advice, knows what's up. You got this. You're in charge. You're in charge. Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Sword of Truth right there. She knows what's up. She knows what she's doing. Ready to go. Ten of Pentacles. You just want to be happy and stable. Who doesn't, right? The World in reverse. So maybe for some of you, you're deciding to, maybe you feel like your world's been turned upside down by all of this. We're at Justice, by the way. Maybe because of the Justice, you feel like your world's been turned upside down. Or maybe it's not over. Maybe it's not over. Maybe you're deciding that you want to give it another shot. The Moon in reverse. Sign of Cancer or Pisces. Or Pisces. So there are some hidden secrets that need to come to light. But I sometimes also see the moon because, as you can see, it's a full moon, as it would be in this card. So in reverse, I see it as a new moon, so that could be timing for you. But there's something here about it's not over until the fat lady sings, right? There's such an old expression. I'm sure that it is completely derogatory in some way that my inner feminist would not be happy with. But it's not over until you fully see everything for what it is. And you're kind of being blocked from that right now. Let's see why. I don't want to. Yeah, you want to give it one last shot so that, and that's so fire signs. You want to give it one more try just to say that you did. Like, hey, just to say that I did, I'm going to give this one more shot. And then if it doesn't work, I'll be done. You're evaluating. There's a lot of evaluating energy here. All right, let's get some oracle cards. So bringing things into, you're getting clear. You're getting, you're processing your grief appropriately. Power of suggestion right there. You're figuring out what it is you want, and you're getting hope. Yep, you're going back to the drawing board, figuring out what it is that's right for you, and knowing that you gave it your best shot. And then you're planting a new seed, new opportunity. So let's see what the spirit animals have to say to you. That's too many. That's user error right there. Seahorse spirit, number 53. 5 and 3 is 8. Watch and wait. Nice, that's lovely. Brown bear spirit, take time out, number 9. Yeah. Hang on a minute. See what's up. See what it, really get clear on what you want to do. Sandpiper spirit, be playful, number 51. Yeah, that's not hard for you guys, especially Sagittarians. You guys love to be playful. Embrace that. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you're sad. Maybe you've lost your fire a little bit. Embrace that inner child playfulness. 5 and 1 is 6. 6 of Cups. Oh, maybe that's why it was in reverse too. Maybe your inner child needs some healing. Woo. From the Elle key deck, she who regrets, éclate. Battle, victory, and bitterness. This reminds me of 2 things. 1, the 9 of Wands, and 2, in Victor Hugo's Les Miserables, the French woman with the flag. That's what it reminds me of. So I think that's why you're taking that one last chance, that one last push to give it your all, just to say that you can, so that you can look back without regret. That's 5 of Cups too, regret. She who grants wishes, Elise. Wish desires hope. Hope. Look. You gotta have hope. Without hope, there is grief. Without hope, there is grief. Let's get a surrender here. What do you need to surrender, guys? Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. So get out in nature while you still can, if you live in the northern United States like I do. Not much longer. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. Oh, look at that. Look at those trees. Go out and amongst nature. It'll do your soul good. Be amongst the trees, the wildlife, earth. You can do some earthing, walking barefoot on the earth, or if you're so lucky to live near a beach, sand, or just soak your feet in some Epsom salts. That's really good too for grounding, earthing. Surrender. Nice. Nice, guys. The Heal Yourself deck is yelling at me, so we'll grab that. I was going to end the reading, but, you know. Discover your life purpose, number 29. 2 and 9 is 11. So maybe it involves music there with that violinist. Beautiful. Yeah, discover your life purpose. What is it that makes you, what makes your soul sing? What makes you happy? Maybe that's 5 of Cups. You're not happy. Okay, so my intention was Aries. Magic Prayer, number 32. Your prayer is magic. Leo, Dry Desert, number 31. Feel like it's been a dry and barren place. Sag, 5 and 1 is 6. It's 51. Moonlight. So for you guys, Aries, I think your prayers are magic. What you tell the universe you want is what it's going to echo back to you. So make sure it's positive. Leos, if you feel like you've been in a little bit of a dry spell, that could be why. Oh, there goes my ear. That could be why you're feeling that 5 of Cups energy. Like, oh. So it's time to nourish your soul. Sagittarius, Moonlight. You might actually benefit from the moonlight. So get out there while the moon is still lit up, and kind of wash in the moonbeams and see if that helps to regenerate your energy as well. All right, guys, I will end it there. So I hope that something in here resonated for you, that you were able to take something away from it, some sort of guidance for you, and have a fabulous week. Please feel free to contact me if you would like your own personal reading, and I will see you next week. Take care.